Hello everybody, Ben Woodruff here with another Falconry video. Today's video, I actually just want to talk a little bit about some channel updates and some understanding moving forward on my channel on what this channel really is. I've had a lot of people watching this channel for years and some people who are pretty new to it. But the thing you need to understand, first of all, is this channel never was a Falconry channel. It was just my channel, just random things I would do, you know, and I eventually, it's kind of sort of become a Falconry channel. Now, here's sort of the reasoning on that. I grew up in the era very much of books, of book falconry. Your sponsor, your mentors, and books are where you get your information. And I love falconry. I want it to survive worldwide. I really do. We're getting into an increasingly digital age, and I want to give back. I want to be a force for keeping this sport alive. I want to be a positive force in between, you know, like falconers and people who don't understand falconry and hate it and do everything they can to destroy it and make it illegal. And I want good information out there. Now, you should be aware that there are many people who want to destroy falconry, and also many people want to catch falconers doing something wrong. And it's one of the main reasons why for the longest time I never did any falconry videos. The government, wildlife agencies will actively look on Facebook and on YouTube videos to try to catch and find, you know, okay, is somebody doing something wrong or illegal? Let's get them. I know this for an absolute fact. I've even had wildlife agents ask me about other falconers that they've like, hey, I looked on Facebook and saw this falconer doing this and this. Do you know anything about this? I'm like, what? So it is an absolute thing. You also have, as you know, people taking anything out of context can radically change the perspective of it. And there's people who would love to take a small clip out of a falconry video, show it out of context, and use it as a force to try to have falconry abolished. I find falconry to be a powerful thing. Remember, falconry is a totally natural experience for predator and prey. Every day, if humans didn't exist, if we all disappeared overnight, you would still have red-tailed hawks chasing their prey and stuff. You just still have falcons diving on ducks. It's very different than pet keeping or any other form of hunting, because you're not really doing the hunting, the bird is, and the bird is doing what it would be doing in the wild. Now, maybe you hate falconry and think, oh, you know, I don't like the idea of animals killing each other. They do. You can't feed a falcon tofu. I'm sorry. They're hunters. That's what they do. Now, they don't need humans in order to hunt, but humans wanting to connect into that whole circle is something that I find to be very good for the mind, for the psyche. Humans who understand, oh, hey, food doesn't come from a grocery store, and understand this cycle of life and death, and it's not just about, did my bird catch something? Even if it misses and the prey got away, you understand that perspective of, you know, we all want to survive, and I think it's really good. It's also unifying because falconry is so old. Basically, just about every country in the world at one time or another has practiced the sport of falconry. And I think that's unifying. It's one of the only things where I can talk to any other falconer in the world, regardless of nationalities, political views, anything, and have an instant connection and be talking because we understand. So I think it's a very worthy thing, and I would love to see it continue on in the future. And I started that with books. I wrote a lot of articles, and of course, a lot of people are aware I wrote the book Trapping Essentials to help falconers, biologists, bird banders to understand how to trap properly, because there wasn't a book on how to trap. If you want a copy of this, you can go to Western Sporting online and buy a copy, and if I ever meet you, I'm happy to sign it. But that book came out kind of at the tail end when people we became addicted to the convenience of YouTube, and we'd be like, I just want a quick answer. And so I started eventually, I saw so many people making falconry videos that were giving what I felt personally was kind of some bad information, or maybe the people making the videos didn't have as much experience in falconry and were showing things that I viewed as maybe showing falconry in a bad light, a less than flattering way. And so I finally started to make videos. Now, the problem with that is my early videos, if you go through my falconry playlist, the production values are terrible. It was just me with a little camera just kind of going wherever and they weren't very good. And eventually people started asking me, please, make your production values a bit better. And even though my videos are still casual, I spend several hundred a month on subscriptions to editing software and stock video and different things. And I work really hard at these dumb videos to try to have good information, but also to try to make it so that they're not showing falconry in unflattering ways. I want to make sure everything's legal. And also that even if you got a clip that makes sense, but again, that one little clip is taken out by some anti-falconry group and shown everywhere, I work really hard to try to make sure that that is impossible, that everything is shown properly. And so I don't do this for a job. I don't do this for the views, but what I'm running up against is, I'm spending $300, $400, $500 a month on subscription and equipment to make these videos, and I usually make like $90 to $120. I don't have a lot of subscribers, and that's okay. But so one of the things recently, YouTube has started to try to do these shorts videos. And so that's the algorithm where they're putting all their effort into. And so I have started just putting dumb little clips as well in between. Like I'll do a falconry video or two every week, and then I'll do little clips as well, just as an attempt to try to reach a broader audience, both to make people aware of falconry and make people aware of this channel, in hopes that I can at least get to a level where I can cover my expenses. Because it's kind of an expensive, dumb side hobby, but again, I really would like to be part of a force for good of keeping this going. The other thing is, I am probably going to start to add as well, because again, my channel isn't a falconry channel. It's just primarily what it is. But I want to share other things I do, like training llamas and alpacas and packing with them in the mountains or the deserts, working on motorcycles, fire dancing, working with ferrets, those kind of things, astrophotography, art, some of the other things I do. I want to share those as well. Be aware that's not a shift away from falconry. It'll be in addition to it. Now, I made a goal this past year to 2021 to have I said, okay, once I hit 2022, I want to have every single week a falconry video. And other than 1 week where I was hospitalized and almost died for a couple weeks, that's the only time I missed it. That's my goal, to still do that in this next year. I was looking back, a lot of times people ask me to make a video that I've already made years ago when my production values were bad. So I might remake some of those fundamental topics just with better production values and better video demonstrating what it is. So watch for that as well. But I still want to keep this up and going. So I very much appreciate your support with this and your understanding that, again, I promise I will... So somebody recently had pointed out that with all these shorts, these little short clips I was putting up, that, oh no, are you just turning into like some stupid TikTok channel? And my commitment is I don't have the time or the care for anything like that. So I promise this channel will never be that. I intend to always have, how-to falconry content. And if I have other stuff in addition to that, so be it. But it's not going to be instead of. And if that's the case, if I run into a wall or I'm too busy and I can't do it anymore, then I will say so. But I don't want just the point of this channel is not just random views. The point of this is to try to get good information that has served me well. And again, there's a lot of different ways to practice falconry. I'm trying to share what has worked for me. And that hopefully can be helpful. And it's been a great journey. I've met people all over the world because of this channel and shared, behind the scenes, different ideas, different techniques. It's been really great to see falconry unifying people. Now, another one is John Griggs and I we try to do it every week, a falconry podcast. This year, both he and I were hospitalized, totally separate things, and both of us almost died. And then he also moved. We've had a lot of big hits that have happened in our lives, and it's been all we could do to even keep our own channels up and going. So we are going to be doing those podcasts again. And again, those are more of us just discussing topics instead of my videos. I try to make shorter and kind of how or why, where our falconry podcast videos are more of us shooting the breeze. So I want to do another video kind of explaining that a little bit more and asking for your input. But again, if you liked those podcasts, let us know what you would like with them, what topics you would like us to discuss. Would you rather have it where it's just the picture in the background and it's just audio, or would you like to actually see us both yakking as well? So that'll be coming up as well. And again, I've been doing a lot of work with llamas and alpacas, and had such great success with a very different style of training that is normally done, and I would like to share that as well. And even though that's not falconry, just understanding the psychology of an animal can be a very valuable thing. Sometimes you understand this by understanding that it isn't this, okay? So, you know, it's like they say the print on the page of a book is nothing without the white background for the black text to bounce off of it. And the same thing, you can better see the psychology of your bird by comparing it to the psychology of other animals that your bird is not. And then you're like, oh, okay, it helps you see things more clearly, bring understanding into focus, which I think is vital to practicing a quality level of falconry. So anyways, those are just a few things I wanted to bring up on this channel. Again, this isn't the normal weekly falconry video. I just wanted to get this information out there so people are aware. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. What do you like about my channel? What do you hate about my channel? It's hard. Some people say, yeah, we want the 30-minute long videos. Some people are like, please make them short. Some people say, hey, your intros and endings we love. It's my favorite part to see what birds you're going to show, what new birds, what new footage you're going to have. And other people are like, oh, I hate that. I usually fast forward through that part because it's like, okay, the intro. And so everybody's got a different view. And I try to cover it all the best I can and provide content that is of worth. So, but thank you for your support. Thank you for watching this channel. And thank you for keeping the sport of falconry alive. And as always, happy hawking.